Hey, Mr. Andrew.
How's it going?
Uh, Bad.
Is it bad or not too bad?
It's not going great. I'm chasing a
Oh,
bug for 2 days, a stupid little thing, and I have a cold.
oh no.
And yeah, so I'm refactoring some stuff because I can't figure out what's happening. So yeah,
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
yeah. You, what's new?
Uh, what is new? It's been a week. I started over the weekend. I tried doing a live coding stream that everyone seems to be doing right now, which was a lot of fun.
You mean the live coding using Visual Studio Live
No,
thing?
no.
Oh,
So a couple of my friends started doing live coding on Twitch. So
okay.
they're just doing open source stuff, except instead of doing it by themselves, they're doing it on a stream that people can go and watch. And I wasn't really a big fan of it at first. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool, but I don't see the point to it. And then I started watching a couple of my friends do it. Like, oh, no, I see the point to it now because it's teaching people how you program, which might be different from how they program, and that you you just do the same thing that everyone else does. You
Yep.
Google stuff and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. I got to figure it out. It was a lot of
Cool.
fun. I was not expecting to like it as much when I tried. I was like, let me try this and see how it goes, and it was a lot of fun.
That's something I have on my plate to do. I have a YouTube channel that I started a couple of weeks ago. I mainly did it to stop bothering Clint about uploading these recordings, and
Mhm.
that's something I had on my mind to do some YouTube live, where you can
Right.
broadcast live to you on YouTube, so people can see it on YouTube, on Facebook, on whatever, and basically it's more like one person broadcasting, but you have a live chat.
Yeah,
And
so same concept. I'm not doing it
yeah,
on YouTube. I'm doing it on
on
Twitch.
Twitch. Okay. I thought Twitch was more for gaming, but I guess it could be for anything.
Yeah, that's what I thought originally, but Microsoft is using it actually today for their Windows desktop workshop they're doing.
Cool. Very cool. Okay, so
Bear
let
with me.
me did you advertise that somewhere?
Yeah, I've been starting to advertise it. Like so, I did it for the first time on this past Sunday, and I started to advertise it on Twitter. I haven't put it on my website yet, but I'm gonna be doing sessions Mondays at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm going to be doing stuff from like Xamarin development to DNN and a lot of different things in between that are open source projects that I'm doing.
Yeah,
Like I
cool.
think the majority of the Razor pages changes. I think I'm actually just going to do on my stream.
Yeah, keep me posted on these things. It's funny because here in Canada, Twitter is dead. Everybody uses Facebook. I don't know why in US Twitter is very popular.
A
So
lot
I'm
like
not on Twitter.
I'm over Facebook. I hate using it. I keep it around for a couple of friends, but every time I go on Facebook, my
Yeah.
blood immediately starts to boil to the point where I it's gonna make me start drinking whiskey again, like badly, like angry whiskey, not like fun whiskey. I'm drinking a 30-year-old Scotch. No, it's gonna start making me drink Jack Daniels again, and it's not good.
Yeah. Was our last meeting on Twitter? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Let me duplicate it then.
Yeah, I
You're
got
seeing
real.
my screen, right?
Yeah, I see your screen.
Okay.
I don't have any updates for a lot of my stuff. I was hoping I wasn't gonna be the only one besides you here.
Yeah, it looks like
EPT's not gonna make it. I know that.
no, he sent a message. David is not gonna make it.
He's
Uh,
busy.
yeah, it's gonna be me and you, I guess.
We can still have it. That's fine.
Yeah. I just want to keep it open, so whoever wants to join joins. But I also don't have a lot of updates. But let's at least log what we have. 14, 314. We missed Pi Day, or
No, today's Pi Day.
it's still Pi Day.
Do you have a silly pie chart to show me for Pi Day?
No.
That seems to be the corporate joke today. Everyone has a pie chart.
March 14th. Okay, so do you have anything new about automated builds, or
I don't.
that with release notes and stuff?
No, I haven't really had a chance to circle back to that, unfortunately. Again, I would love to get somebody else in our small group here. I know everyone's kind of busy, and we need resources, but I really think it would be appropriate for our group to have another person that's willing to work on the community modules, not necessarily someone from like the tag group or something, but someone that wants to be part of our group here, that could get with me and wants to work with the stuff, and so I can show them where we're at. Because when I go through lulls, it's a month or two where there's no action, and that's a problem. So and I'm not saying it needs to be you or David or EPT, but I would love if we had maybe another person in our group that whoever it would be, that could come and help me out with it. If it is one of you guys, that's fine as well. But I think having all that subject knowledge up here and not in the group is going to limit us. So I'm making another plea in our meeting here. If I can get somebody to reach out to me to learn what I have started, so it's not just me working on it, I think we could iterate much faster on this.
If you can give me access on Azure DevOps,
you should have access to it. Let me double check. I'll log in. Because I definitely have a vision.
I see the organization here.
Okay, or do you?
But let's say I go. Let's go. Let's say this one, and I go here. I cannot edit pipelines and stuff.
So let me fix that.
Yeah, because as I'm going to be touching modules, I'm going to add them to the pipelines and test.
All right, why don't you reload?
Edit pipeline. Yeah, that works now.
All right, cool. So now you have proper access, and the majority of this stuff is really up in GitHub. So for at least the templating stuff, I mean, we're adding builds here when we're sandboxing new ideas, and then we convert it to YAML and configure it as code. What I was thinking is the other point that I really wanted to mention here was, so one, I said I would love to get some, if that's you, that's great, and we could talk more offline or after the meeting about this. Kind of vision and what needs to be done right now. The other part is, I forgot who mentioned it. It was Daniel, was either you or EPT that mentioned they were going to contact me about one of the projects they were working on to try and use the new build templates. And we need for whatever the other project, for whatever project that is, we should set up some time where we can go through together and get it set up so we can start putting together docs on how it works. I mean, it's there, it's checked in. We got comments in the code for the next person to come along, but we just haven't done it yet on any project. So we need to, make that next step. Is would be the next organic step here.
Oh, okay. Actually, I have a question for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I go, okay, this old one, can we delete it, or you want to?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, junk that one.
Here. Delete.
Delete. Yep.
Okay, let's say I go in the wiki one, and usually without the YAML file, I can go edit the pipeline, and I would get the UI version, not the
You
file.
can't do that with YAML.
So you cannot do that with YAML. Okay.
Right.
There's no way to go view it or anything.
Nope.
Because that's where, what about in settings? No.
No, there's
That's
no
where I
way to
usually
do
go
YAML.
get the badge.
What's that?
That's usually where I go get the badge. Parameters, triggers, yeah, I don't know where to get the badge now.
What do you mean the batch?
You know the little badge that shows on GitHub?
Oh, the badge. I thought you said badge with the T, not a. Okay.
It's a Canadian badge.
Status badge.
Status badge. Okay, it shows right.
Yeah, they recently changed a lot of things here.
Okay. So markdown, copy. So now I can go on.
So is that FAQ build now using the new template, or did you?
Did I get it from FAQ or from Wiki? Hold on, I think I clicked the wrong one. Builds. Let's go. Let's say Wiki. I think FAQ. Yeah, it's building. Okay, cool. So I can go here for the FAQ status badge and copy the markdown and click on anyone to get to here. And I can edit this. I'm gonna commit directly.
That's fine. I mean, we got a lot of
there we go.
to do with Wiki still because the branches have diverged so far.
Awesome. Perfect. So yeah, as I touch modules, I'm gonna start putting them on there. And I'm gonna set up a pull request validation. It's already in the template.
Yeah, everything's in the template there. So I mean, if you go through and read the template, you should be able to figure out what you need and look at the one on the wiki. That, I mean, it works. You just gotta know where to look for that, which is not. I hate to say you just have to read the comments in the code because that's terrible for any open source project to say that. But
well,
so give it a shot. If you run into any problems, send me an email and we can set up some time to go through it together.
So basically, if I would be doing a new one, I can take the template from any of these, let's say this, and copy and commit that in the repository.
Yeah, so
the repository.
Do we need to create the projects? I forget off the top of my head, but you still might need to create the actual pipeline here from the editor because it's not using the Azure DevOps repos, it's using GitHub repos, so it doesn't have hooks to create the thing automatically. So you might need to go into builds. So if you go to pipelines builds there, you do new.
Before?
Yes, before.
Okay, so before you do that, you configure your repository and stuff.
Yeah, so
and it's gonna,
so
add that YAML file automatically to there, or?
Yeah, so we're not going to actually do it, but hit new build pipeline. I'll make sure that we don't hit the actual save button unless you want it. So right now, if you click any of those things, you're going to do configuration by code versus the visual editor. So right now, you would select your repository. Yeah, you want to change that to all repositories. And you might need to do like DNN community, like you give it the full. You might not have it in your connection. Click the connection. Yeah, use that one. That's
Yeah.
mine. We use that one. And then try it again. You're gonna need to do like the DNN because it's looking at my repository still. So you're gonna need to do change that drop down there
Oh,
to all repositories. And now you should be able to do like DNN community or isn't that what it is? I thought that was it. That's what it was. Hold on. Hold the phone. Let me make sure you're getting this right. And it's dnn.blog, right? So click the GitHub connection there again. And do DNN community / DNN.blog and select all repositories. I know it's not showing up right now, but select all repositories and let me take a look at this. You want to let me share my screen for a minute?
yeah, sure.
DNN. All right, so where are we? Community modules, builds, new, pipeline, GitHub. Don't be drunk.
Strange, right?
Oh, it's being drunk. We're gonna set up a new OAuth connection. Settings.
Is it in the OAuth?
No, it's not apps. We'll get this fixed right now so we don't have this problem. So install the Azure Pipelines app from the GitHub. By installing the GitHub app in your GitHub organization, this pipeline can run without using personal. Okay, so let's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because when I set this up originally, I just used my own OAuth token, and that was just easy. So let's head over there. I want to do community. Install on your organization DNN community all repositories. So this applies to all current and future repositories. That's what we want.
Yeah.
You give it write, read and write access to checks, commit statuses, deployments, issues, and pull requests. Install.
Cool.
Let me hit confirm my password. You are being redirected. I'll pause that screen share for a second.
That's gonna be you.
Yep, and playing. Boom, we're back.
Awesome.
I'm back, baby. All right, cool. So I'll give you screen back now, and I want you to try.
Yep.
So share your screen.
Okay, so new build pipeline.
GitHub. So you select all repositories. I still don't think it's going to work. Okay, so click the connection down there where it says that in blue. No. Or install the Azure Pipelines app. Okay, so hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. We can fix this. So let me see what's going on here. Let's go to project settings. Let's go to service connections.
Maybe on my side, I need to also authenticate. Is that possible?
I mean, that's another option, but we shouldn't have to do that. I'm actually going to get rid of yeah, let's just nuke this. We're going to disconnect that. Disconnect. Let me share my screen again.
There you go.
All right, so I actually just nuked that. So let's go back to pipelines. I'm going to need to actually fix this one because this one's probably broken. Yep, totally broken. Settings, variable, DNA community, error. I totally broke everything. I love it. I am the worst. Here we go. Okay, so DNN community / DNN wiki, pull request, good. Saying getting sources. We need to authorize using OAuth or authorize with a GitHub personal access token.
So
here's the problem. I don't want to authorize with a PAT because my personal PAT because I could delete it and then all the builds break. I don't want to authorize with OAuth either because it's going to ask for my personal OAuth like it did before. Like, so we go, so I'm going to save this so it doesn't break anything. But we go and look at this. It's going to say created by Andrew. So, okay, maybe that's fine. So if I go and create a new pipeline, I can do DNN com. Use the OAuth connection. I thought we just set this up. Like, I'm losing my mind here.
Yeah, it's the story of my week.
Yeah. So all repositories. So this applies to all current and future, right? That's what I said.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We are going to log out. I'm going to pause my screen for a second.
Yep.
Log out. And we're actually going to log in with a different browser. I'm thinking something maybe he's getting cache. So let's go and sign in. Oh crap! I'm in the wrong account. See, I am glad I chose to share my screen because I can't show that. I'll get in trouble.
I edit the videos now, so.
Yeah, but I'd still get in trouble. No. Forget that one. Use another account. I hate how many corporate accounts I have to have with my different clients, and they're like, "Oh, we can't use your Microsoft account. We need you to create your own account with our company." My Microsoft account is a lost cause at this point. All right, so if I come in here,
could it be on the organization level? I see a setting for GitHub connections, maybe.
All right, so I need to sign in to GitHub. You're being redirected to authorize. So these all look like my repositories.
Okay, I have an idea. If you go to the organization level, in community modules there.
Over on GitHub?
Yeah, no, where you are, if you click on community modules on top, and you click the little pencil next to the title, and you look on the left, GitHub connections. Oh, yeah, that's
This is for
support.
boards. This is different.
Uh,
And that's also using a PAT.
repositories, maybe?
Nope. Repositories is going to be for Azure repos. We'll look at it.
So it's in pipelines.
Pipelines is what we're dealing with.
Yeah. Service connections?
Oh, this is what we just created.
Okay. Created by Andrew Offling. Roles. Roles. User.
No, we don't want any more.
Yeah, administrators should have it. Well, I guess that's something we'll have to play with outside of the meeting, I guess.
Let me just try one more time here. The screen share eats everything. It's funny because it's not showing, like, I ran into a lot of problems with the DNN Association project. So let me come back over here. And we're going to select repositories specifically. So right now we need the wiki, we need FAQ, and we need DNN blog, right? And this is what I had to do for other stuff, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And we could use the PAT. I mean, that's fine and all. But it looked like we were running into problems with different users using my PAT.
Yeah. And have you tried?
Now we have the repository. So it looks like there's a little
Well,
issue there. We have to select the repository. So if I click DNN.
New build pipeline.
So what I would recommend is just start with select an Azure and any branch of the repository. Start with the starter one. That one's usually fine.
I don't have it.
Right. So you'll be brought to a screen like this.
Yeah.
And all you do is click save and run. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna create this file in the repository.
Okay, and then you go in and you replace it.
Then you update the text. Do you want me to do that, or do you want to do that?
No, I just basically wanted to learn it for the next module I'm going to be touching. But from my side of things, I still don't see that. So I guess we'll talk offline about permissions. I don't know. I don't see the repository yet.
Oh, when you try and when you go to pipelines?
Yeah.
And you hit new. Let me see your screen. Because I think we did get it working. Let me see what you're seeing. Okay, hit connection for me. And click the.
Oh, I didn't have this before.
Yeah, click that.
There we go. Okay, and I see events.
Oh, we didn't add events, so we'd have to add that from GitHub. Do you want me to add that one in as well?
Well, I mainly wanted to know how to do it.
Yeah, so if you head over to GitHub, head over to GitHub go to the DNN community. Go to settings. Go to Uh-oh, where was it? I just had it a second ago. Go to installed GitHub apps. Yep.
Oh, only selected repositories.
Yeah. For some reason, the all repositories is not working. Don't use that because that'll break things.
Okay, so I need to add it here,
Yeah.
and then it's going to show up. Okay, I should be fine from there.
Yeah, I don't know why all it doesn't work. We ran into the exact same problem with the
Okay.
DNN Association project for DNNs for the DNN Summit app that we built.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I mean, it's one extra step. It's not the end of the world. I don't like it, but it reduces the need for me to have my PAT in there, which I should be able to just go ahead and safely remove now, which I'm going to do.
So I'm just going to update this here and
Edit this guy. The triggers.
leave it like this. Okay, so we had no news from Mr. Perez about the vendor banners module, but I know he was working on something there, so let's leave it on the agenda. Blog module, I had no time to touch it yet. Okay, test plans and Selenium. Is that still on our projects or?
I wasn't planning to do any work on that anytime soon. If it's it's definitely something we could and should do for some of these but
do you remember who mentioned Selenium?
Yeah, that was me.
That was you? Okay. Let's postpone it and we'll see if we get some time to get to that.
Right. At the end of the day, with stuff like that, we're going to need the module maintainers to own and build it. And if they don't want to, well, then there's no point. And it's unfortunately, with the limited resources we have for some of these modules, that's where we stand with it, which not bad, not good, just.
Yeah, we can't force anybody to.
Right.
To work on that, but I would like to have a little. You are familiar with Selenium?
I've played with it a few times. It's really not that hard to pick up. If you've done any type of coded UI testing, it's really not that difficult. But we can get together on that one. Maybe do a little demo of how it works here.
Yeah. I will leave it in the things to do at one stage, but I'd like to have a little crash course on it, and maybe we can start with the simple modules.
Right.
I'd like to
like FAQ module or something. Like the thing I really like about Selenium is it's going to create a web browser via the code you write, and you're going to say, okay, go find this element in the DOM. Click that element. Okay, now a window pops. Go find this text field in the DOM. Type in this message. Okay, now hit save. Okay, now that all of those steps have been completed, let's verify that that text has been posted out to the DOM back on the main page. And that way we could validate certain behaviors with our modules.
Cool. Okay.
The code for it's pretty simple.
Awesome. So yeah, it would be nice to have a little crash course on that, and maybe we could implement it on one of the simple modules. Because for some modules, let's say like the blog module, there's so many parts and stuff that
that's such a great candidate for it.
Yes, it's a great candidate, but building the tests for it is it's the same work as building the actual module.
Right.
So
what I would recommend for modules like that is we need to create test cases and put it into a test plan, and then we could start talking about creating an open source initiative for people to automate those tests. If we just say right now, oh, we want this pie in the sky and build out this automated test suite, well, that's great. How do I get started? What do I do? Oh, well, no one's really done it yet, so we don't really know. But if we say, okay, we need to build this automated test suite. We need to automate these 300 test cases that we have that cover these different modules. And we already have the template built out for the projects with one happy path test. Go add another test that implements one of those.
Yeah.
And that would be the direction that I would recommend, because that way, and then we could have a simple contributing doc that goes with it. And that way, the barrier to entry is very small.
Yeah, exactly. And if we implement it on simple modules, then we have a guide, you know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay. The next subject, and I have a hard cut at like a little bit before 4. So, community home Git page. I'm gonna take out Git because I have another project in mind. Last meeting we discussed about using the same community theme that we have with Jekyll pages and everything on the project levels. I have played a little bit with it on the organization level because my goal was to get a status of all the modules in a table that's filterable and, you know, sortable and stuff, so we can quickly get a snapshot of the whole status of all the modules and concentrate on the one that has more bugs or the one that was touched less and all that. And it kind of also connects with the idea of having a community modules list for users. And it also connects a little bit with how the installer, the DNN installer used to work, and maybe will get updated to work with this again. Basically, there was an option to install modules directly from DNN, that you could access the store and purchase a module and install it without having to use FTP or whatever. And that feature was stripped with the persona bar. And it also connects a little bit with the update service, where you could see if you have new versions of modules you're already using directly in the extensions page. So all these things kind of connect with, we need a single source of truth for the data about these modules. And it also connects with the old Forge module, which got kind of abandoned. However, I spoke with Will Strahl, and he had in mind to revive the Forge module. And we got the data and we got the code from that old module. Now, my idea is to revamp or make a new Forge module that will live on the new DNN community website, and that would be more modern. The original idea was to take what was there and revamp it. However, after getting the data, it's a very old module which doesn't have any compilation, so it's loose code in the app code folder in Visual Basic. We managed to get the data from ESW that was stored with the Forge. So we have all the old listings there, but we got that as a CSV files exported from the database. There's a couple tables with strange links and stuff, so I didn't have time to dig very deep in it, but from a quick look, it's very old. There's a lot of modules that date from 10 years ago and that might not have been maintained. So I think there's going to be manual intervention, human intervention to be done on that, to just filter for, to not show old stuff that would not work anyway and stuff. So my plan would be to build a brand new Forge module, not try to revamp the old one, and use that data that we got and manually load what's good, what's still valid. And that module would expose APIs for other things. So we could have the page that we want that uses that API. We can have a public page for users to be able to quickly find all the free modules or open source modules, and we could have some tags for categories from open source or not open source, because there's a difference between open source and free. So we could build it the way we want. So I was thinking maybe to start making a mock-up of how we would like this to work so that it can be consumed by other things like NV Quick Pulse and the page we want to do and everything, to have a good API to feed everything that we want, and to also have caching, because that could pull a lot of metadata from GitHub, but the API endpoints are very limited. I think it's 60 calls per hour or something. So we would need to just fetch, maybe as a scheduled task or something, and cache that data and add to that data the fields that we would like.
Right. That all makes sense. I know the folks over at DNA Connect built something that's very similar to that, but it's all manually entered.
Yeah.
So they have it on their website, and we were talking about that the couple weeks ago with Peter Donker and a couple of others in the community group for I think it's an awareness group. Well, one of the groups we were talking about it.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one, but the one that's talking about the community website. So I'm not sure if we were talking about it together, but there's a lot of initiatives going through the community right now that are pretty much the exact same thing, and we just need to centralize those so we can share them there. And I think that is a goal, to get something like that together that has a module that you can put on a website that loads all that information. So I would definitely get with Will Stroll more about that and see what we can leverage that they're doing.
So yeah, so what's new from last week is that we actually got the code for the forge and the data for the forge, and it's very old, basically. So yeah, I didn't have time to start any mockups or stuff, but that's the next action item that I'd like to do. Next action item would be to build mockups for data and UI, and we can move from there. Cool. So do you have anything new that you would like to? That's pretty much it. So I'd vote that we'd make this meeting a short one. I have another one in like 10 minutes. So
You're going to the MVP meeting as well?
yeah.
Yeah. Got to make that one.
Cool. So thanks for watching, and let's see you in 2 weeks, which will be March 28th.
All right.
You have a good week.
Yep, you too. Talk to you then. Bye.
Thanks,